Welcome to Co-op Guild. This is Steve here, Kim.
Hi, everybody.
We're here with a preview for Tanares Expeditions. So this is Central Sea. It is a one-off standalone system, as I say. It's going to be a campaign game where we play as pirates. It's a cooperative pirate game in a crawler-type environment.
Yar.
Yar, that's right. So you will see a lot of similar tropes to you see in RPG-type games. So you see like tanks and healers and all the mages and stuff like that. But it's got a cool pirate theme on top of it. So we've got the preview for this. So quick disclaimer that this is a preview version of the game. So what you're going to see is prototype components, artwork, everything subject to change, of course. So just keep that in mind while watching this video. But enough said, let's go sailing. This is future Kim and Steve here that we made a mistake in Encounter 1. During setup, just a little bit, yeah. This is set up. There's supposed to be one character that's supposed to carry a cursed crystal or idol, I think it is. And at the start of their turns, they're supposed to take 4 damage. So during Encounter 1, you won't see that damage. But when we start Encounter 2, that's when we realize that we made this mistake. And so we'll do a retcon at that point. Sorry for the mistake. Let's jump back to the game. Okay, here we have the game set up. So this is going to be based on a book system. So the nice thing about this is all the maps are in this book, which makes it really easy to set up. The game does require 4 characters to be used. I use the word characters because the characters, while there needs to be 4 of them, you can operate them in what's called comrade form, where it's a reduced management of them. And so Kim and I are both playing as one of the captains, but the other captain we're controlling is going to be comrade, so it's going to be reduced in complexity.
Okay.
So what's the game about? This game is a campaign game, and each of the maps is going to have a goal. And it's going to be broken up into 4 different encounters. So each of these scenarios, you go march through each 4 encounters and try to get to the end. Now, when you play this game, you're going to have a lot of leveling up options, and we'll show you that here in a second. But let's try walking through what you see in front of you. The most important thing is probably up top here, and this is the health tracker. So you see on there, we've got green markers for the green here on the game, purple for purple, and you might see these blue and red ones. These are the enemies in the game, so this will keep track of their health values. So we've already set that up for the character we're using. In addition, we have these first aid markers over here. Hopefully we don't need them. We probably will. But in case a character does die, when their turn comes up, they will come back to life with 15 health. And so you do that twice per turn, or twice per game. If you need to resurrect someone for the 3rd time, you lose that scenario. Of course, you see the map down here in front of you. We have all the standees already on the board here. So the blue and reds are going to be the enemies. And then these 4 characters here are going to be our characters we're running. Okay, Kim, let's talk about the character that you will be controlling.
Captain Mavra.
That's right.
The controller.
So the controller is the type or your class, basically. So in this game, there's a chance that you could have different characters for that controller class.
Cool. She's actually a ranged strength character, or range character. So I'm going to want to be a little standoffish, but I will shoot with vengeance.
That's right. And looking at her cards, she's got different stats on here. So she starts with 28 health. Her defense is 6. So basically, anytime an enemy rolls against you, if they roll 6 or higher, they do successfully hit you. And this is a D20 system. So rolling that D20 dice and roll above 6, it hits her. She has 4 movement points to spend when she does movement. And then this one is her reaction damage. So if an enemy were to kind of move adjacent to her, or if they were adjacent to her and they shot, she can do an automatic 4 damage with an attack roll, I guess to say, which is nice. So normally in these games, only the enemies get reaction attacks, but in this one, the players do, which is really nice to see. And Kim, what is your passive power here?
It is called accuracy. So when I'm 4 or more squares away from my target and I do an attack, I can deal an extra 2 damage on my first hit of that turn.
Nice. Yeah, so this is one of the characters, and we're playing as 4 of the captains in this game. The other one you're playing as?
Captain Doro, the striker. His passive power is mob, so if at least one ally is in one of the targets during my attack, then I get an extra 2 damage on the first hit of my turn.
Yeah, so basically you want to be with any allies that are next to the enemy you're attacking to get that nice bonus of extra damage. I'm noticing you're picking damage focused characters here.
I mean, no surprise.
So the main character I'll be playing as is Captain Krog. So he's the tank. So a lot of health here, good movement, but he's got the passive power Protector. If at least 2 villains are in one range of me when I attack, I can do +2 damage on the first hit of your turn. So I will get up in the mix, which makes sense being the tank, right? And probably to no one's surprise, I am playing as the healer as well, support, but this is not my main character. I'm trying something a little bit different. So playing as the comrade. So she has hope. So if you're in one range of an ally during your attack, I can just do heal 2 health on that ally. But they can't get extra health during the other abilities they do that turn. The other thing you see in this game is the initiative track. So I have it starting up here, going straight down, and then coming back up to the top and going straight down again. So this is just random. So we're starting with Captain Marva first. I've got the Sea Curse deck, which is what controls the enemy AI. And then we've got our first enemy here. So this always goes in front of the first enemy. And we have 2 skeletons going, followed by a sentinel. So we have a lot of enemies in a row, followed by the rest of the team. But with that said, we have a little more to explain, but let's jump into the story of the setting.
Blink Island. Crumbs squinting through his telescope. Ahoy, captains! In just 5 minutes, we'll be dropping anchor at the infamous Blink Isle. Don't let those palm trees and soft sands fool ye. This so-called paradise has a wicked mind of its own. It disappears and reappears as it pleases. I once knew a lad who swore he was stranded there for 2 years, but only a day passed in the Central Sea. Strange place, this isle. Anything could happen here. Squawk. I feel the same way when you tell your stories, Crumbs. Crumbs. Hey, maybe so, but listen up. Time's short. Your mission is to save Captain Liana and get out fast. I can already see enemy ships closing in. When you disembark, watch your step. There's something slippery about that sand. It's like standing on a mermaid's tail. Worse yet, those dogs have rigged the place with spikes. But here's the fun part. Use their own traps against them. There's nothing sweeter than watching a pirate fall on his own spikes. Show 'em why you rule these waters, Captain. Okay, and then the page goes on to explain the game setup, which Steve already did for this encounter. The important part to highlight is the challenge for the encounter. Every encounter that we're going to have has its own unique challenge, and the one for encounter number 1, which we are doing, is that 2 enemies die inside the spikes in their own deadly terrain. So we want to try to accomplish that.
That's right, and that's important because we'll be able to level up quicker if we complete those challenges. Okay, let's actually jump into the gameplay itself. So we have Captain Mara to start the game. And so how this is going to work is on the hero turn, you're going to have a move action and what's called a prime action. So move action is you'll be using your movement points. Most of the time your movement points is going to be moving 1 square, including diagonal movement. That is allowed. You can also do and interact with 2 of those movement points you have. And you can sidestep, which is basically using all your movement stats to move 1 space. And this allows you to move away from an enemy without having a reaction attack. There's also something called focus, which is used for range attacks. If you use 4 of that, you can improve your chances of hitting a target that way. And then the prime action is most of the time you'll be doing your main attack. And we'll show you that those are in a second, but all the characters, they have 2 main attack cards they can use, and we also have an ultimate attack. The ultimate attack, as you might guess, is super powerful, but can only be done once the whole game. Now, we can potentially get a second one, but we need to get 5 points in order to unlock it. And there might be some other actions as well, but basically this game is do movement stuff and do your prime action. Very simple. There's some out turn actions you might see throughout the game, but let's do it. So Kim, you're up first with Captain Mavra. So here are the 2 cards that you have for your main attack abilities. So you'll be able to choose one of these 2 for your actions. And so the important thing up here is this here tells you what targets and at what range. All the cards are normally 1, 2, and 5 range is what it reads out to be. And then tells you what happens if you hit, and then if you're successfully hit, you'll do these effects. Now, the cool thing about the game is if you miss, you still do something. You have what's called residual damage down here. In this case, you'll do 4 residual damage to the target you were aiming for, which is really cool. So, and this happens for both the heroes and the bad guys in the game. The last thing I point out is up here is the level of the card. This is a campaign game. At some point, you'll be able to level up these cards and get even more powerful versions of these, which is pretty cool. Now, we won't begin to that, of course, because we're just playing the first part of this campaign, but just letting you know that is a potential.
Cool. So she has Planar Blast and Tentacles to choose from. On top, I want to remember that I do have my passive power that does innately boost those if I meet that threshold.
That's right. Now, remember, we do have that challenge, and we did actually say what the challenge was in this one. In this one, if we can get 2 enemies to die while in the spikes, we'll complete that challenge. And basically how it works is if any enemies are moved into the spikes or they don't leave a spike, they'll take 1 automatic damage. And since we're in the red sands are slippery. We did mention that. So that's one of the special rules for this scenario. The area that's divided on the left side of this pink line here is all the red sand. So if any attacks that happen there, the attacker can choose to move their target 1 space.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to throw people in spikes.
That seems like something you do.
That's my plan. All right, but Captain Mavra, for both of her attack cards, she does want to be 5 squares away from the target area.
Okay.
So I want to move her. This guy's too close, but she's purple right here.
Mm-hmm.
If I go 1, 2, if I pass this guy, does he get reactionary?
Yes. If you move next to them and then you are next to them, you move again, they will be able to take a reactionary attack against you.
This is a slight problem for my position.
You can, but you can move through friendlies.
Oh, I can.
You just can't stop in our spaces.
Well, then that is just dandy.
You can also shoot through friendlies without any worry, too.
Yes, but this is too far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 5 or 5?
5 is what you want. Yeah, you can do 5 from there.
So even though it's like over here, I can still do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep, you can.
Oh, well, I'm just going to shoot from where I'm at.
Okay.
Marine, get down! Okay. So I'm going to do Tentacles, which is 5 squares away. I'm targeting 1 enemy, which is the red enemy up there.
Uh-huh.
If I do hit, I'm going to do 5 damage, but my passive ability, with my improved passive power, I get to actually boost that with an extra 4. Because I'm 4 more spaces away, I'll deal +2 here. Boosting my power, it's an extra 2 damage.
Oh, we should explain that because we have not shared that. So yeah, you were talking about these extra improvement cards. So
Yes.
at the beginning of the game, we start with 1, and the 1 carries over from the previous quest you did. In this one, because it's the first one, we start with the improvement to our passive abilities. That gives you an extra +2. Now, the other card you chose here, what we did is we drew 3 cards and picked 1 of them. And so what is your other power you have there?
I have the power wave.
Okay.
So move 1 villain on an ally's turn and deal it 2 damage.
Oh, nice.
Which is actually perfect for this because I can just distract them with a wave. I know that's not what it means. It's like, whoosh. But I think it's funnier thinking of it this way. She's like, hi guys. Anyway, so I could damage them too and then throw them into the spikes. And hopefully that they will just then die in the spikes and we'll meet that challenge.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Okay, so like I said, for now I'm shooting Tentacles, which is going to be 9 damage if I hit on the red guy.
Okay.
So how much defense is the red skeleton?
Yeah, so you look at their card here. Their defense is 6. So you have to roll a 6 or higher on the
On a D20? Yeah.
You got this.
Watch this. 9.
That's enough.
Still counts.
Still counts.
Wasn't as dramatic, but it's still like shabam. All right, so 9 damage on the red skeleton. We're going to go to 11.
Okay. However, you do other effects as well, because remember,
yes,
your ability did say that if you did hit, you get to the effect is place the target in the last position of the initiative, which is really, really nice, because he was going to go next. And guess what?
Oh.
He's no longer going next. We're going to put him at the bottom.
Shift anyway, and we're going to shoot him again.
And that's how that works.
And he's on the slippery sand, so...
He is.
Come on into the spikes, my man.
Boom.
1 more damage. He's down to 10. That was a huge hit.
That was massive. That was really good. Sweet. Now, you still have your movement.
Oh, right. I might just stay there.
Okay. Totally fine.
Yeah.
Okay, the next person in line will be the skeleton, the blue skeleton, not the red one this time. But in order to figure out what they do, we have to reveal the Seeker's card. So here's the Seeker's card. Here's gain 1 weakened token. So this is an ability that happens right now. And then for the rest of the enemies, we're going to look at this. This is what they want to do. They want to target 1 hero. If the enemy is red, they're going to target the hero with the most hit points. If the enemy is blue, they're going to target the closest hero. So right now we have to give everyone a weakened token. So here are the conditions in the game. Here's the weakened token, what it looks like. And so basically what it means is we're going to do -2 damage against enemies. And this will stay in front of us or on our characters until the first time it applies, then it goes away. So unfortunately, we're all going to do a little bit less damage for the upcoming round. So good thing you got that giant hit in first.
Right.
So since the skeleton is blue, he's going to go next. Let's look at his stats. So his stats, he does have 20 health. And 6 defense and 5 movement and his 3 reactionary attack. Now his thing is he wants to go towards the closest hero, and he wants to do a melee attack at this one. So he ran right up to our tank, Captain Krog, and is going to attack. So let's roll his d20 and see if he hits. Now to attack Krog, he needs to roll an 8 or higher for this attack. So let's see what happens. Okay. A 10, so it is successful. So he's going to do 7 damage plus the effect. Effect is if the target had 16 hit points or more when attacked, which is true, because Krog is the tank. He had 35 hit points. He's going to do +3 damage, so it's 10 damage.
10 damage off the bat to Krog. You're great.
Yep, so I'm going all the way from 35 to 25. Owies. Okay. But that's not. We're not done yet. We have a sentinel to go. We're going back to back for fun.
Okay.
So he also wants to go to the closest.
Right there.
He's going to the striker, and his range is 1, so it needs to be adjacent. And he's going to try to do 8 damage. So striker has 6 defense. So let's see if he can roll a 6 or higher for that hit.
Come on, miss.
Oh, it is a miss. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, because just like heroes, they do have residual damage, so you're still taking 3 damage.
I can live with 3.
But it's better than the 8
1,
damage.
2, 3. Now, would they move us on the slippery sands as well?
Oh, they do move us. That's correct.
So your guy should also move.
Yeah, the tank should have moved probably here, and the striker probably here to get closer to those spikes. They want to do the same thing as hitting us. So
Okay.
all right, the next one to go would be Captain Krog, our tank. He wants some revenge. So here are the 2 main attacks I have for Captain Krog. So you do bone armor, which does 4 damage, and I can move to the target, so push him away. I gain the protected tokens, give me more defense, which is pretty nice. Or I can do regeneration, which I can do 4 damage as well, and lets me heal 2. So being the tank, I think at this point, since I took 10 damage last time, I think I'll do the regeneration. Now, unfortunately, I am weakened, so if I do hit, it's only going to be 2 damage.
Yeah, but then that token goes away.
It does go away, so I still think it's worth it. Let's try to see if we can make this happen. So I need to roll up against, looks like I'm next to the skeleton. Skeleton has 6 defense, so let's see if we can hit him. So we need to roll that 6 or higher.
Come on, Krog!
That's a 9, that works.
Excellent. So 2 on which skeleton?
The blue one. Yep, blue skeleton.
2.
And I then gain 2 health. So I'm feeling a little better. I do have a movement, but the problem is if I move, I am still next to the enemy, so I will... actually, no, I can move.
Well, because you hit him, he gets to move away.
I do get to move him away.
Well, you're still going to be diagonal to him.
That is okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move him 1 space here, just like that. And now I still have my movement to do. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, right here next to him. And the reason why I'm doing that is because now that we are both adjacent to this enemy, and we're not next to each other, like if we were here, there's actually 1 space between us, we're considered to be flanking that enemy. So we'll get a flanking bonus for the next attack, which should help with the next person going, which is Captain Doro. He's going to get a flanking bonus. Actually, I made a mistake. I am diagonally adjacent to Kim's character, so I'm going to undo my move and just put myself there instead. So that way we are not adjacent to each other, but we are adjacent to that enemy.
Perfect.
All right, Kim. Captain Doro is up.
Captain Doro has Heart Strike and Break Armor. Well, I don't want to move. So I have to be 1 square away from 1 enemy. So I will do Break Armor on that skeleton that we're next to.
Okay.
I can move 2. If I hit, it's 5 damage. My mob is triggering because at least one ally is in range of the target of my attack. So that's an extra 2 damage if I hit.
Mm-hmm.
And my Vengeful Fury over here in Encounter 1 is I get extra damage if my HP is 12 or lower. That has not happened yet, but just remember in the future.
Yeah, we should explain what this is. So this is your combat card. So instead of playing with this big deck of improvements you can go through, that this whole deck gets replaced with this one card. So it makes it a little bit easier to manage when you're managing multiple characters.
Yes.
So there's something worth mentioning here is the enemies will do reaction attacks when you do a move action adjacent to them. However, if you notice your break armor, the benefit says you move 2. That means you can move 2 without having any reaction effects, which is really, really nice. So that's a subtle difference. In case you did want to reposition, you can do that without worrying about being attacked.
Oh, well, I could do that. Could I go here and here? So I'm going to use that special move from Break Armor
Okay.
and actually squeeze through here. 1, 2. I'm still flanking you,
Yep.
the bad guy with you.
That's right.
I just don't want to be so close to that other guy.
Okay, fair enough.
So I just maneuvered on over. I am weakened, so this is going to be -2 damage. So
Yes.
it's going to negate the mob. So it's still going to be 5 damage here, though. That's still good. But I need to roll a 6 on the skeleton.
Well, not a 6 anymore because we're flanking. So what flanking does, it actually provides -2 armor. So you just need a 4 to hit them, which is even better.
That is good. Let's do it. 4 better. 11!
Totally got it.
So, unfortunately, fortunately, the weaken goes away.
Right.
But it's going to be 5 damage on the skeleton. And that is this one. There we go. Oh, actually, I get a bonus effect. The target gains 1 exposed token, and I get to move the target.
So you get to move the target with the attack, and you're going to move it again due to the effect, is what it wound up being. So you move it twice, which is really perfect.
Watch this, because move it once and move it twice. Oh no, he fell into the spikes.
Oh,
what
no.
a pity. He gets an extra damage.
Awesome.
Damn.
And you said he gained, what was the effect? Exposed. So he's going to have -2 to defense against the next attack coming at him.
Wow,
so
that skeleton is doomed.
He is doomed. So great turn. Actually, you haven't even done your move yet, which is nice. You can actually move again if you want to.
Where do I want to go? On my movement, what I'm going to do, because the next bad guy to go is going to be the red skeleton. Oh, but he goes after the healer.
Yep, but he'll go after the healer. Yep.
Okay, because what I was thinking was I could go here, and then he's going to have to move to go after the healer, and I can then take a reactionary swing at him.
Yeah.
Since I'm next to him.
And the reason why he's going after the healer is because he's red. He's going for the most hit points, and currently that is the healer. So yeah, that's a great way of tactically positioning for this next turn. So
excellent.
All right. The next character to go is our healer. So she's got Hope. If you're within 1 range of an ally during your attack, I can do a heal 2 on that ally. So I kind of want to be near some allies to help heal everybody. Now the big thing is you cannot heal above your starting health, but I know we've got a lot of people who are damaged.
So
I think the first thing I want to do is I want to do a move. And I'm going to move right behind, right next to our striker there, Captain Doro.
Oh, okay.
So I can heal him, and I can shoot through friendlies. It's totally fine on that one. Now for her cards, she has 2 cards, Blessing of the Sea and Healing Water. So Blessing of the Sea will do 4 damage. I can give an ally Protected or Toughness, and I can move another enemy. So let's manipulate the board a little bit. But Healing Water is the one I think I want to do. 3 damage, which is unfortunately 1 because she still is weakened, but I do get to heal a hero with this attack. And big thing is, if it doesn't say a range on there for any of these effects, the range is default 5. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll mess around because she's not going to be able to take out that skeleton by herself, but she'll attack him, and the skeleton has 6 defense, so let's try to get that 6.
The red skeleton?
Yeah, do the red skeleton.
Okay. It might actually work.
Really?
Because I have Captain Mavra with the power wave, so if you get her down to 3, we can kill her in the spikes, or kill the skeleton in the spikes.
Oh, I need like a critical hit then, so we'll see what happens.
Come on, critical hit.
Oh, gosh! That's amazing!
That actually happened.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So that happened. So when you roll critical hit, it's a bonus 3 damage. But remember, she's weakened, so it's going to be her normal. It was a 3 damage attack plus a 3 6 minus 2 is going to be 4.
That's
so
still...
effectively 4 damage on that bad guy, which is amazing. We'll definitely
I'll take it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now the other thing that's kind of nice is because it is an attack, I can move him into spikes one more time. So let's do that. Give him another damage because why not?
Mm-hmm.
And then after I do an attack, we can heal someone that's 1 space away from me, and I can heal someone else 3 that's within 5 spaces from me. So let's go and heal Doro 2 because he's 1 space away from me, and it's going to heal our tank, Captain Krog, 3. So I'm trying to keep everyone healthy here.
Okay, so actually that changes who that red guy is going to target, which is fine. What I am thinking of doing then... Okay, so what I am going to do is use my power wave, because it's still technically the healer's turn.
Yep.
So I can move 1 villain on an ally's turn and deal 2 damage to it.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to move him here. Boom, back in the spikes, that's 1.
Yep.
Plus 2 more damage, so he's down
to
to 2 health.
All right.
Now, in order to get this challenge, we're going to let that skeleton just attack us until this power wave refreshes, and then I can throw him on the spikes.
Okay, speaking of which, Skeleton's turn. So he's going after the one with the most hit points, which now is the striker. So it's coming after him.
Okay.
So he's going to move, he wants to be adjacent. So perfect. And he's going to roll against a striker, which is going to be a 6. So he's trying to roll a 6.
4.
Oh, he missed.
You missed, sucker.
He still does 3, though. But still, worth it.
Worth it. 1, 2, 3.
Awesome. All right. That is the end of the initiative track, so we're going to do the next round. So you can ready up your stuff, and then the first one to go is Captain Mavra.
Okay, so we noticed something that we did wrong because I forgot about the weaken on the Mavra power wave interruption turn. So instead of hitting this guy for 3, it would have only been 1, which messes up the kill him on the spikes plan. So instead, he's going to go back to 5.
So undo that damage you did.
Undo the damage to him. And then the power wave with the weaken, I would just do to this one dude, and he gets 1 boo-boo.
Just 1.
Just 1, because the weaken is being consumed.
Yep.
And that's gone. And the reason I want to do that is because someone can issue like 3 little damage on the red guy or 4, and then throw him in the spikes, and then he'll die. But if we do the wave, then it's going to be like 2 more turns of waving at the man.
That's right.
And we don't want to do that. So
you don't want to do waving.
So okay. So now for the controller's turn.
So that was the undo, but now your turn.
Control Z.
Control
right
Z,
there.
exactly.
But now this is the full turn. So on the controller's turn, I want to lob an arrow over at this guy. The problem is this guy's going to shoot me as a reaction if I do that. So I could do all my movement to do 1 space, and he won't, like, that's a safety move, right?
Yeah, it's called sidestep.
Sidestep, and he won't take reaction against me. So if I go here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm still within shot of that other guy. So I'm going to do that. All my movement to go 1.
Mm-hmm.
Lobbing my arrow up and over to the skeleton for what is going to be 9 damage if I hit.
What ability are you using for this one?
Tentacles again. Yeah. I could do a planar blast. It's a 3x3 square, but they're just out of range of each other. So I'll just hit this guy extra hard.
Okay, sounds good.
Unless you want me to go after that guy.
Nope. And in fact, actually, I push him toward the bottom of the initiative, which is really, really useful too.
Yeah, we'll just keep pinging the skeleton.
Yeah, totally.
All right, so if this is a hit, it's 9 damage because 5 damage with the card, plus 2 for my accuracy, and my passive power boost of plus 2.
Now, that skeleton does have exposed, so he's going to have -2 to his defense. So his defense is only a 4 to attack him.
Watch this. This is going to go through his eyeless eyeball socket.
Eyeless eyeballs go through his ribcage. Oh! Crit! Crit! Didn't even need that weekend.
So 9 plus, what's my bonus?
Bonus is 3.
So that's a 12 damage shot.
Yep.
See, I went right through the eye socket.
Oh gosh.
All right, which one? He's dead.
He's dead. He's at 11.
He's dead.
One shot that guy.
No. Well, I mean that's both good and bad because we can't kill him on the spikes for the challenge, so we must spike kill these two guys.
But what does it say in the challenge?
What does it say? Enemies die inside the spikes.
That's right. That counts.
He was in the spikes.
He's in the spikes.
Oh, that's one of two then, baby.
That's right.
Shabam.
Awesome. Well done, Kim. Well done.
Good job, Cat.
You know what? That deserves Gabatoir, man!
Crit hit. All right, well, she's done. So now we got to see what other curse we get.
That's right. So we got next Sea Curse to figure out the next enemy AI turn. So we have Wrath of Oceans. So if there are 4 other Sea Curse cards revealed of any type, deal 25 damage to all heroes.
Well, I'm glad that doesn't actually happen right now.
Yeah, so that's the reason for going through this deck. Basically, if we take too long, there's a chance that one of these might come up. And there's different versions of this card in the deck, and it can obviously wreck house. So it keeps the game moving, keeps the pressure on. But right now, we're going to have the red target the farthest hero, and the blue targeting the closest hero.
Okay.
But for us, this guy's dead, so we're on to the Sentinel, the blue Sentinel, and he wants to go to the closest hero. Boop. So I guess he wants revenge from his buddy getting blasted.
He saw that amazing shot, was like, no, Skeletor!
That's right. And he has a range of 1. It hit. He's going to try and do 8 damage. So let's see what he hits. Now for your defense on your character,
I have 6.
You have 6, right? Yep. So you need to roll 6 or higher.
Watch. I'm going to channel Derek.
Roll a 1.
19.
Okay, at least it wasn't a crit.
At least it wasn't a crit. Okay.
True.
We love you, Derek.
So 8 damage. Move the target. It takes +2 damage on spikes this turn. So you can try to give you extra damage on spikes. Wow. But basically he's gonna move you twice. So you're gonna take 8 damage in addition to this.
So I think I want to be moved.
Well, he's gonna move you closer to the spikes.
Well, then it's here.
Is that the closest, or is it this way here? 1, 2. I think right here would be closest.
Well, oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fair. 1, 2.
Yep.
And then I need 8 damage.
8 damage, yep.
So I'm going to go down to 20.
All right. Ouch. But that's okay.
Not as painful as what I dealt, so...
That's true. That's true.
Fine.
All right. And then we're up to Captain Krog. So he's up here with our friend. Actually, it doesn't work. I can't do his ability. I need to be next to 2 villains.
That's not you. You're here.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I need to be next to 2 villains to get a bonus to my damage, a high bonus to my damage. But unfortunately, that's just not going to happen.
Well, if you go after this red guy, he's got 5. If you can do him 4 damage and then throw him in the spikes.
So I can go right here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I need to be range 1 from him. So I will have to move. Yeah, I can move here. Oop, right here.
Yeah, but you only want to do him 4 damage and then throw him in the spikes.
Oh, yeah, which is totally fine because look what I have from my cards. I have 4 damage on both his cards.
Oh, look at that.
So if I land an attack, I can push him in there, which would be really, really nice. I'm going to do my heal 2 is what I want to do.
Okay.
So let's try that on my regeneration. So I need to roll for his defense a 6.
Come on,
so I need a 6 or higher.
Krog.
That is a 2. That is not how you do that.
Krog.
But on the residual damage I do is 3. So at least I'm going to do 3 damage to him. 1,
2, 3. And do you want to move him in the spikes?
Nope, I cannot do the movement because I missed.
Oh, you did.
I have to do a successful hit to move in the spikes.
Well, you know what, though?
Wah, wah. Captain Doro's up, though.
Power Wave.
Oh.
It is move the villain
1?
1.
Yeah.
So we're going to move him in here.
Yep.
Shabam, do this, and then deal 2 damage. Boom, he died in the spikes.
There you go.
Challenge complete. Look at that. She's just like...
Wave his way. That works.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So, I mean, it worked out, Krog.
That works. Yep. Captain Doro is up. We got 1 enemy left, and that is the Sentinel.
I'm going to take a little gamble here.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to move, because I have to be within range of 2, which would be 1, 2. I'm going to move just right here. Okay. Heart Strike. I gain -X to my roll from 0 to 4. But if I hit, I get to add that to my damage result.
Oh, you're going to gamble.
So I'm going to put it all on the line.
Okay.
So,
-4.
-4. So he has 7. So essentially I need to roll an 11 or better.
That's correct. 11 or better. But if you do this, it's going to be...
If I do it, it is 10 damage.
That's awesome. Okay. Let's see what happens, Kim. Make it happen. 11 or better. You can
11 or better. I feel pretty good, Steve.
do it.
11 or higher on a d20. Let's go.
That's not how you do it.
That would have hit if I wouldn't have gambled.
Yep, that's true.
Don't gamble, kids. Take it. Okay, however, it's not a total loss.
That's correct.
I have 4 residual damage.
So you do get 4 damage to him.
So instead of 10, it's only 4. Oh,
Yep.
but it would have been so epic.
It would have been. That's okay. It's a start.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So
All right.
All right.
That's fine. Captain Doro. He tried.
He tried. He tried. We have Captain Marianne next. So she's the healer. Let's see what she can do. Oh, yeah, you missed. You can't move him either.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I forgot to do on the previous turn, I do have the Holy Priest Comrade card for Captain Marion. So what this means is this is how it works. We have on the counter 1 she has this ability, counter 2 she has this ability. So as we go through different counters, this is going to level up automatically without us having to draw those cards. I forgot that when I attack, even on a miss, I heal 3 to a hero. So I should remember to do that this turn.
Please do. Yes.
So I think let's just try to do a bunch of healing because I think everyone's hurting. So let's go ahead and do the healing water card. Oh, actually, I could get him close to the spikes if I did the other one. But no, we're going to go first before he goes anyway. That's fine. So let's do the healing water, and I need to try to hit him. I'm definitely within range. And if I do that, I can do 3 damage, heal a hero 3, heal a hero 3 again, and then next to someone I can heal them 2. So I'm going to try to heal 3 different people in this turn.
Come on, Steve.
There we go. I
You
need,
need
a
7.
just a 7. I'm not doing your gambling here.
10.
That works. That works. So it'll
Okay.
be 3 damage on that guy.
1, 2, 3.
And then someone next to me can heal 2. So let's
Okay.
give it to the striker. And then 2 other characters can heal 3. I'll give it to the tank and then the controller. Okay, cool. So super heal.
Good job.
And that is her turn.
Do you want to move him in the slippery sands?
Oh yeah, let's move him 1 space closer to the spikes. Yeah, move him diagonally 1 space. Perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
Right next to her when she's ranged?
Sure. No. Okay. Well, I'm moving towards the spikes, right? Oh, we don't have to do that.
We don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, let's move him 1 space away.
Just right there.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
All right, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, but we can do it anyway. All right, and then the next person to go is, he's not in here anymore, so we're back to the next round. So Captain Marva is going to be the first one to go.
Refresh her wave. She is going to take a super shot again. Yeah, I'm going to do the tentacle shot again because if I hit, I get to move him in last place of initiative.
Yeah, that's really good.
So again, this is a 9 damage attack if I hit.
A 9 damage.
Yes, because 5 plus 2 plus 2.
Oh, because you have 2 bonuses?
2. Yes.
But you have to be 4 spaces away?
I do. So let me run away for a second first.
Okay.
I'm gonna go way over here because it's a 5 range shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
If I'm 4 or more, I get these bonuses.
Okay. And you need to roll a 7 or higher to hit him.
Ready?
Let's do it.
Ready?
Oh, there we go.
Bam. Take that.
Down to 9.
Yep.
And
I'm gonna move him here.
Okay. And we do get to move his initiative card to the end of the track. And I've not been moving these around because these guys are dead anyway, so I'll just move them there. So I know we have the Sea Curse card here, but my understanding is we only draw that card before the villain goes for that round. Because the villain's going last, technically this deck should be moved right between these 2 spots anyway. I'm not going to bother moving it for this playthrough, but that's just the turn structure of that. So we're going to Captain Krog. He's going to go next, our tank. And let's see if he can... Oh, he's not going to get his bonus damage. He needs 2 guys next to him, but that's okay. He's going to run up and do some punchies.
Okay. Charge! Yeah? Or do you want to go on the other side of him?
Nope, that's perfect. Go there. I do have a little bit of damage left, so you know what? I'm going to do that regeneration again. Might as well. This may be for 4 damage, but I'll be at full health at the end of this.
Okay.
So let's try to do that.
Come on, 7.
There we go. Need a 7.
There
That's a
it is.
15. That's a hit. That's for 4 damage. Now, something I haven't done yet, because I haven't been that close yet, unfortunately, is Aura of Pain. You can exhaust this for enemies to take 2 damage. So give them 2 more damage.
Pow! You want to move them towards the spikes?
Yeah, moving one space towards spikes, might as well. Okay, that is Krog's turn. Actually, I think yeah.
Power wave. Bye-bye. So move into the spikes for 1, then deal 2 by the power wave.
That's 3 damage. He's dead. But before I forget that, I do have to heal 2 because of the regeneration. So
take that. So we were 3 for 3 on kill them within their own weapons.
That's right. That's right. We have no more enemies, so that's going to end the encounter. So at the end of the encounter, every hero is going to get 1 gold. However, because we complete the challenge, we're going to get 2 gold each. And the cool thing about gold is you see here there's a space with the 2. If we put, you can put 1 gold on there, which is fine, but it doesn't do anything. But once you put the second gold on there, it then unlocks the additional power. So you can actually level up these cards during the game, which is really fun. So I'm going to level up my Aura of Pain to do 3 damage instead of 2. The other thing that happens is between each encounter, we will draw 3 additional initiative cards, improvement cards, and we'll pick 1. So we'll gain additional 1 addition with these 2. And basically, over the course of the 4 encounters, we're going to end up with 5 of those cards. So it's going to get more and more options, more powerful. It's going to get really fun here. So Captain Krog, I'm going to get his new card, Retribution. Toughened, if I have the toughened state that is. Also deals 2 damage to the enemy attacking you. So if I want to get that state and stay in that state to do some retaliatory damage.
Excellent. I pulled Power Spells, which is +3 damage whenever you deal damage out of your turn. So now that's stacking on my Power Wave.
Whoa, nice combo.
I'm then going to boost up my Power Wave.
Okay.
Or do I do my passive power so that my own hits are harder and then I'm going to do my own hits harder first.
Okay.
So instead of my passive ability being +2 damage, it's going to be +3 when I shoot. And I'm triggering my accuracy and everything. But out of turn, I'm going to do 5 wave damage.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
And then Captain Durrell for his 2 coins.
He's got 1 choice.
1 choice. For each 2 coins, your attack deal +1 damage.
Yep, and the same thing for Captain Marion as well. So they have less options for those, but that's okay.
Well, he's still getting stronger.
They are getting stronger, so now they get their Encounter 2 ability as well. So she's going to get +3 to her attack rolls, and you get +3 to attack rolls as well.
That's right. Okay, so when all villains are defeated, starts Encounter 2. Crumbs. But don't get comfortable just yet. I tried to throw those enemy ships off course, but they ain't buying it. They've set up their arcane cannons, and they've got you locked in their sights. Stay sharp. Those cannonballs will leave more than a scratch, and reinforcements are landing as we speak. Now's your chance. Turn the tables and let them taste their own firepower. Knock them out with their own explosions, and they'll think twice before crossing us again. Arcane Cannon. At the end of each round, the ship fires 2 shots targeting 2 different heroes located on even-numbered coordinates. When fired, it creates a 2x2 area and deals 5 damage to all heroes and villains within the area. If more than 2 heroes are on even coordinates, they prioritize the hero with no villains adjacent to it, and you can choose the area as long as it includes the hero target, and each hero can only be targeted by 1 of the 2 shots. When all the villains are dead, as indicated on the map, then start Encounter 3. Okay, so now here's where we're going to fix the damage amount from the cursed totem that we did not do and we mentioned earlier. So who's going to get the damage?
I mean, I feel like we should probably give it to the healer because they're going to be healing it. Or the tank could do it, actually. He's got a ton of health. He regenerates, so...
I would say the healer, because there were points at the last encounter that somebody wanted to target somebody in particular.
That's true. Let's do the healer.
Let's do the healer. So there were 2 rounds where we missed this, so it would be 8 damage. So 22.
That's right.
So that's the retcon of the curse that we did not carry for Encounter 1.
Sorry about that, everyone.
That's okay. But Encounter 2, now there are cannons firing at us.
That's right. And it's a 2x2 area that's hitting us.
It's a 2x2 area. It's targeting even coordinates.
So I believe if you're on the odd coordinates, they won't hit us, is my understanding, at all.
They want 2 different heroes located on even-numbered coordinates. Yep.
So, and the coordinates are down here. You see these are the even odd numbers. So that's what's going to determine when they're going to fire. So stay on odd. We got to be odd today.
That's easy for us to do.
That's right.
You can do that.
But then we also do the setup And it tells us what we need to do for that. We're going to draw new enemies, put things on the board, and this deck gets reshuffled, the Seeker's deck, and the initiative is going to be randomized as well. So we'll come back here in just a second. So we have Encounter 2 set up. We've got the new initiative track. We've got a few new things happening. We've got the skeleton here, and these are marked on the board. We have the pirate here, and then a goblin up here to deal with. And so they're on the initiative track. We have the Sea Curse, which we shuffled up and made the deck again. But one thing you might notice is the goblin here is elite, and he's got something special. So when you have elite card, you'll draw these cards randomly and apply them, and basically they give a stat bonus. So he's going to have plus 10 hit points because he's in red, plus 5 damage, and plus 1 move. So otherwise he's the same as he normally would be. The other thing you might notice is there's also a chest in the middle of the board. We can interact with that chest to get stuff inside it. When we do that, we'll draw 2 cards from this chest deck, and we get to keep them. Mostly good stuff in there, but there's some bad things in there too as well, just FYI. And the other thing that's different about this is these enemies are all considered guards right now. They're guarding that chest. What that means is they won't activate until they get attacked or until one of our characters ends their movement within 2 spaces of them. So they're just kind of minding their own business until we mess with them.
Okay. And then in addition, the healer still is carrying the cursed crystal. Mm-hmm. So it's going to deal 4 damage to her at the start of her turn. She can pay 3 HP to re-roll a die as a benefit to carrying the curse. However, in addition, then she can also interact with another hero to transfer the curse to them. Maybe she's starting to die and look a little worse for wear. She can move the curse on.
Or she's going last. We just take out all the enemies before she goes. That's not happening.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, Captain Mavra is going to be amazing.
That's right.
Yeah.
But we're ready to start the next round, so let's do it. First one to go is the Goblin. Let's see what the Sea Curse says. It says, a Wrath of Oceans. Oh, we saw this one before. Ooh, this one is likely to happen. Oh, no. Because this was revealed now. We're okay. If there are 4 other Sea Curse cards revealed of any type, do a 25. So we don't have to worry about that because it's the first one revealed. So they're targeting hero. The red one's going to target the closest, and the blue one is also going to target the closest. They're both going after the closest targets. Okay. Speaking of which, the Goblin's going first. He's got a movement of 6. But he is a guard, so he's not going to do anything.
Oh, right.
In fact, none of them will do anything until we mess with them. So Captain Krog is going next. So he's way down here. He's got a movement speed of 5. So let's just move closer.
Like that?
Yeah, that seems pretty good. That's about as close as you can go. Since I'm not doing anything with my other action, I'm going to use it as an extra move action. So I'm going to get another 5 movement points to get closer as well. But I don't think I want to wake them up just yet, because if any one of them wakes up, they all wake up. So maybe we should get close enough to maybe let Captain Mavra attack on her turn. Because that means all the enemies will be passed anyway, and they won't retaliate. So we get 2 attacks for free before the Goblin goes. But so I'm going to get a little bit closer. Let's move. I can move. I got 5, huh? Actually, no, I can't take the chest without them waking up. So let's get closer. 1, 2, here. Yeah, let's go 2 closer. Okay, that's it for me. Next one to go would be the pirate. He's in guard mode, followed by Captain Doro.
All right, he's gonna sprint. I got 5 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
One thing to note, though, is that these rocks are difficult terrain. Difficult terrain. Each square of difficult terrain costs 2 squares of movement. So you move half fast through there. Yeah, so they might not do anything this round.
All right. Well, I'm going to end in the odd row then, because I don't need cannons shooting at me just yet.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that, too. So I have to put myself there. That's right. I remember that.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Fine.
All right,
fine.
So he's done. Skeleton in guard mode doesn't do anything. Captain Mavra.
So now she can go, and this is where maybe we do want to have some fun and mess with them. So what do you want to do, Captain Mavra?
Well, I want to be 5 away.
Okay.
I can be there.
Okay.
And I can shoot at her.
Okay.
The planar blast is a 3x3 area. There's still 2 spread out. They're not on the slippery sands portions anymore.
Yeah, can't use the spikes.
Mm-hmm. What if instead I go here and shoot at him?
Okay.
Okay. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 still. what I'm gonna have her do is she's 5 away, so the super accuracy passive power is still gonna trigger for an extra 5 damage if I hit.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the planar blast.
Yep.
Which is a 3 damage per hit.
Yep. All combatants in a 3x3
all
area.
combatants. So unfortunately, he isn't close enough to his friend, so it's only been 3 damage when I hit him.
That's okay.
But I'm gonna do an extra 5 anyway. And then I'll weaken him if I do hit.
Okay.
Okay, so I need to roll. Mr. Skeleton Man
It's gonna be a 6.
is a 6. Whoopsie.
That's okay.
12. Got it.
That hits.
Sweet. That is a hit. So 3 damage plus 5. So 8 and weakened.
Weakened. Nice. So 8 damage on the blue octagon thing up there. And he is going to be weakened, which is going to be the skeleton. So he's going to have -2 to his attack as an next attack.
Nice.
Okay.
So, but that takes him out of the guard state, right?
Yes. Now they're all out of guard state. Once one's out of guard, they're all out of guard. Okay. And then we have the last one to go is Captain Marion. And so she has a movement speed of 4.
She gets 4 damage from the curse.
Oh, she takes 4 damage. Let's do that first because I'm going to forget every time.
Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. She should heal herself a lot.
Let's run up. Okay, so now looking at the skeleton guy again, he's just getting pummeled. Looks like we're 5 away, right? So
No. If you moved here next, oh well, he's gonna move.
yeah, I don't have the speed to get 4 though. I can't get that far, unfortunately. So looks like I'm out of range. So let's just move again.
Where do you want to go?
Let's go between the tank. Yeah, right there. It's fine. All right, let's move there, and then that is basically all she's gonna do. So moving on to the next round, let's go ahead and draw our new cards. So discard this one, draw a new sea chest card, and they have Dark Resistance. Villains gain 1 toughen token. So all the villains get toughen tokens, so they're going to get -2 damage on their next attacks. Oh no, that's okay. Well, let's deal with that one. And then the next thing that's going to happen is the red ones are going for the fuse hit point, and the blue one's going for the closest. So the fuse hit point currently is the healer, so she might be in a little bit of trouble. Actually, she's right now.
He's gonna have 5 movement, but this is impeding his movement.
Yeah, it's 2 movement to go through that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Or he can go through it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. It doesn't matter. 5 either way.
Yeah. So he's gonna end up here. That's the best he can do.
Yep.
And he has to be next to an enemy to attack.
That's right. So he cannot attack this turn.
Okay.
All right. That is it for him. Now moving on to Captain Krog. So Krog, ooh, you know what? That actually works out pretty nicely. So Krog has 5 movement. I can go 1, 2, and then 3, 4 to interact with that chest. So let's see what's inside that chest. With a chest token, I'm going to draw 2 of these cards. We have Heal 8, which is nice, and a Heal 5.
Ooh.
Healing Rum, 2 of them.
Nice.
So,
Give that to the healer. She is being consumed with the curse.
That's right. So now I'm next to that enemy. Let's go ahead and do some damage. I think it's time to do some bone armor. So it might be, well, it's going to try to do 4 damage, but he's got his toughness up. But this will let me move to the target. And then I can gain protected token, which is going to help boost me up a little bit. So let's try that. Let me roll against that goblin. So he has only 5 defense. I need a 5 or higher to hit on this. See where it goes. Happens. 11, that definitely hits. And that's going to be for 4 damage -2 because of that effect, the toughened. So he's only going to take 2 damage to start, and that can move him 2. So let's move him. Ooh. I can set up a flank for you.
You could move him next to the healer.
Yeah, should I set up a flank? I think so.
Okay.
Which might be right here.
Yeah.
The healer's in that mess too, unfortunately.
That's really dangerous for her.
Okay, we won't do that. We'll move to another way. 1, 2. Move him back that direction. All right.
Okay.
That's it for Krog. We're up to the pirate to go next. So he's over here. He hasn't done anything. He's got 5 movement speed.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep, he's going to the closest. Yep. And so his stats are, he's got 6 defense, 20, and he's going to do 7 damage against Krog. So now Krog is protected. So protected means he has +2 defense stat. So his defense stat right now is 10. He has to roll 10 or higher to hit. So let's see if he hits.
Oh, you roll. That's your guy.
Okay, I'm rolling against my own guy. That's a 14, that is it. Okay. So that would be for 7 damage on Krog, or Tank. And that was that pirate. Up to Captain Doro. He's up.
Okay. Flanking the pirate.
Now you're on an even space.
Which is fine because I want to kill guys with the
cannon fire?
cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a 2x2 area.
Yep.
To all heroes and villains in the area, I choose the area as long as it includes the target hero. So I could do this spot here.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, let's see if we can just... Okay, so because the pirate is flanked by Doro and the skeleton Krog, instead of 6 defense, he has 4 defense.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to do Heart Strike and gamble it all.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So then I would minus 4 to my roll. So instead of 4 damage or 4 to hit, I would need an 8 to hit.
Yep.
However, I have Vengeful Fury, which is adding 3 to my attack roll. So then technically I only need a 5 to hit.
That's correct. You need 5 or higher.
I need a 5 to hit, and this is going to be 10 plus 2. This would be 12 damage.
12 damage, but not
plus
exactly.
This one, 13 damage.
13 damage, but minus 2, so
it would be 11
damage. Yep.
Okay, I need a 5. It's 11 damage.
Yep, for 11 damage.
That's how we did that. And if I miss, it's 4.
Okay.
Come on,
you can do it.
Doro.
That's a critical
That's a critical miss. After all of that meticulous planning.
Wah, 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 wah.
Gosh darn it. Okay.
Oops.
Gosh darn it. I do get 4 residual damage. There's no like critical miss text in the rulebook, so the pirate's getting 4 damage.
Well, minus 2 because his toughness, so.
Oh, balls.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 damage.
Only 2 damage.
That's this one?
Yep, the blue surfer, you got it. So.
Man, that could have been so much better. This is why I should not be gambling.
Well, it wouldn't have helped anyway with a 1. You can't do the get the 1.
Nope. Wouldn't have been good. All right, well, good try, Doro. Good try.
You know what? Just to ease your pain, I'm going to do Aura of Pain, which I can exhaust this to do 3 damage to that guy.
Oh, okay.
Let's just do 3 more damage.
1, 2, 3. And you know what? Maybe I wave at him too. Because Doro's in the cannon fire, because I was really hoping I would do a huge hit and then the cannon would blow him up.
That happens at the end of the hero turn, right? Or the end of the round, right?
End of the initiative round.
Yep. Okay.
So
we still have Captain, Marva, and Marianne to go yet. So actually, no, the skeleton go first.
Yeah.
So
let's see what the skeleton goes. Then I'll wave at someone on Marianne's turn.
Well, the skeleton's blue. He's going to do the closest, which is Doro. So actually works out in our favor because now they're grouped.
Oh, nice. They both can get shot.
They both get shot. Exactly.
Okay.
So he's going to tag Doro, unfortunately, for 7 damage. If the target had 16 hit points,
yes,
he's going to plus 3 damage.
So this could
so
be
it's
for
gonna
10.
Be for this is 10 damage coming at you.
And it's a 6 or better to hit.
Yep.
10. Oh,
yep,
crap.
that's
All right.
straight 10 damage.
Bam.
Owie.
20.
Owie.
Okay, and then I'm gonna get shot for 5 by the cannon later, but that's fine. That's fine. I mean, Doro tried.
Okay. Mavra's up.
Okay.
Maybe she can save the day.
If I can just hit one of these guys for a lot of damage, that's gonna be great. I'm going to... Ooh. I have the blast shot, which is an area of attack. And I'm going to... I need to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The planar blast is what you're trying to do?
Yep.
3x3 area?
I need to move 1 space up.
Okay.
I'm going to go here.
Yep.
And, oh no, I don't want to be there because of the cannon. I'm going to go here.
Okay.
I'm next to the healer just in case, but the healer should heal herself. So I get to choose a target area. I'm going to target right here.
Okay, so
3x3 area is this 3x3. So 11 to 13, these 2 guys. And I'm going to do an attack. 3 damage per hit. So if I hit both of them, they each get 6 damage.
Sweet.
And then one of them is weakened. And if I hit both of them, I can swap places between them if I really want to. But
Okay.
So here's the roll. One is they're both 6s, so I just need a 6. What's
6
up with the skeleton? He's got some stuff on him.
Yeah, the skeleton, it does have weakness and the other one, which I forget the name. The toughened. Yeah.
So
he's going to take 2 less damage.
And then he would do 2 less damage himself.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't really... Okay,
it's fine. Just roll it in.
So 6. 6 or better.
Uh-huh.
13!
You almost roll off the table, I'll tell you guys.
She
did roll 13.
I caught it. So they both get hit. They both take 6, except for the guy. He's tough. He's going to take 4. Pirate takes 6.
That's correct.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's taking 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Awesome.
Okay. But my accuracy triggers, they get more damage. So they actually get 2 more damage plus another 3. They get 5 more damage each. Okay, but there's more to this because accuracy triggers. So on the first target, the first damage that I'm doing is getting a bonus 5 damage.
Because you've got +2 plus your modified 3.
Oh my gosh, the cannon can kill them both. Watch this.
Yeah.
So if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the cannon hits, he's dead.
Yep.
On the healer's turn, she's going to wave at the other guy, drop him down 5, and then the cannon's going to shoot and hopefully kill them both.
Ooh, I like this.
Okay.
Nice, Kim.
All right. Cool. She's done.
Okay, speaking of the healer's turn, she's going to take 4 damage.
Can she heal herself?
She can heal herself. I might take the rum from Krog,
I think you need to.
That might be a good thing.
Yeah.
I need to be next to him to exchange those items, but it's definitely worth it. So, in fact, let's do that. Let's go... Well, I gotta be careful where I move
don't
here.
go too close to the goblin. I would honestly stay where you are and have Krog go to you.
Okay, we can try that too. He might get shot, though.
No, these guys are going to die with the cannon. That is how the plan is supposed to work.
Okay. All right. So since I'm not going to move with the healer, I'm instead going to use 4 for the actions to do a focus ability. So look at here. Focus is use 4 movement points to position for range attacks. And what it does is all my range attacks this turn are going to get -2 defense to the roll. So it makes it a little more like I can hit. Since you said that these guys are going to die, might as well shoot the goblin guy up there. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to use... I need to heal myself. That's what I need to do.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to do the healing water again, but this time on myself. Because, yeah, that's a thing.
But you have to hit.
I have to hit. But this will let me heal. I do actually get +3 to my hit attack rolls. Because I'm going to counter 2 now.
Mm-hmm.
So +3 -2 is effectively +5. I'm guaranteed to hit as long as I don't roll 1.
Well, that's an option that we have already seen take place.
That's true. So I'm guaranteed to hit with the nice thing about that. But then I will heal. I can heal
an ally
that's
next to you.
And I can heal with this a hero. And then because of my innate ability, I can heal another hero 3. So I can heal myself 6, which is probably what I'm going to do. So here we go. Let's just not roll really bad on this roll. 11. Totally fine.
That's 2
totally
1s, Steve.
2 1s. So that is going to be
3 damage.
3 damage on the goblin. And then I get to heal 6, and let's heal 2 to our controller as well. All right, I feel like that's a pretty decent turn for her.
That was pretty good. Your turn is not over.
Oh, my turn is not over.
The
Okay.
controller is waving goodbye to the skeleton.
Okay.
This is going to be 5 damage.
Ooh.
So he's down to 3.
Uh-huh.
They're so dead. I love this. Okay.
Okay.
End of the initiative turn.
Yep.
Now, when the end of the round happens, the ship just fires 2 shots targeting 2 different heroes on even numbered locations. We have 1 hero on an even number location.
Yep.
When fired, it creates a 2x2 area and deals 5 damage to everybody in that area, heroes and villains. I am declaring this 2x2 area.
Yep, this one right here.
Yep. So
Yep.
it's just you guys are just safe. Get
down, get down.
So 5 damage though to Duro.
Yep.
He's down to 15.
It's worth it.
And these guys are dead via cannon damage, so the challenge is complete even.
Awesome. Well done.
And
Skeleton.
skeleton.
Sweet. Okay. That's it. We're now on to the next round. So starting in the next round, we will get a new card. See what the next Sea Curse card is. We have Affliction. Heroes gain a vulnerable token. So what vulnerable does is we take +2 damage from enemy attacks. Oh boy. And we only have one enemy left, and that's the goblin. He's red. He's going for the closest target. So who's he going for this time?
2, right here.
Oh, right next to... Oh, a tank. That's probably the best
Going
option.
to Captain Krog.
Okay. He has an attack of... Oh, wait, he's a Krog's defense, actually.
Yeah.
8. He's got 8. He's got a hit.
Go ahead. Roll a 7.
Here we go. Yeah, roll a 7 or less. Let's see.
3!
3!
Nice.
He missed.
So he missed. So his miss is 3 residual damage.
Yep.
Plus you're going to take 2 because of your infliction that you just picked up.
Oh, that's true. So,
So 5 damage to Krog.
Mm-hmm.
That's could have been worse, actually.
That's
the
totally
best
fine.
case scenario.
Okay, now he's done. Now it's just up to all the heroes to go, starting with Krog. And Krog wants some revenge, I think, right? So,
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I did my Aura of Pain. I forgot to untap this. I can exhaust this to do 3 damage to him right now. So let's do 3 more damage to Boss Man. And I think I'm just going to keep doing regenerate. I could do protection and start tanking a little more, but I want to heal him so the healer can just heal herself. I think that's the goal. So let's do... Or... No. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack and use my regeneration. So I need to hit on him, which is a 5. Let's see what happens on this roll. That's a 6. That is enough to hit. Just barely. So with that 6 to hit, he's going to do 4 damage to the goblin. So just a little bit of damage.
It counts.
But the nice thing is I do heal myself 2. So let's heal him up 2. I go from 23 to 25.
You know what?
Now I'm going to use all my movement to move here, right there.
So he doesn't
Sidestep.
take reaction.
Don't take reaction, yep.
Okay.
So next one up is Captain Doro.
Well, hold on. I'm going to wave
Oh, okay.
on Krog's turn, so it's
Yep.
going to be just 5 more damage.
Wow. Okay. And then
Are you sure you want to end there? Because you're going to be shot by a cannon.
just destroy him before he gets shot. It's fine.
You want to end the encounter before... Yeah.
Yeah, just take him out before it happens, right?
Before the end of the round?
Yeah. You can do it. No pressure.
Or if you do get shot and he's still alive, you can claim
That's
that
true.
area.
That's true.
Okay.
I was moving there so I can give the healing potions to our healer because she's going to need it.
That's important. All right, so Krog is going to go. He's going to run.
Well, Krog already went, but Doro.
I'm sorry, Doro's going to go.
Yeah.
I want to be here, but then I would also get shot by the cannon if we don't take him out. Okay, so I'm going to go right here, and we'll be flanking.
Okay.
We do have to kill him before the end of the round, or we both are getting separate cannon shots.
Okay.
So
so hopefully we take him out, right?
this is kind of dangerous,
Now
but he for sure would die if the cannon's fired.
So you do have mob though, which is nice. So if at least one ally is in one range of the target,
Yeah.
so you can get a +2 damage
Getting
there.
+2 damage.
But you have your passive as well, right? Oh no, yeah, he does. No, he doesn't have his passive because he's the comrade ability. So ignore me.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Heart Strike. I'm not gambling.
You do Libba gambling?
No.
Okay.
Learn my lesson.
You do get -2 to this attack, so you only have to roll a 3 currently
Why?
because you're flanking him.
I am flanking him.
So
I have
his
to roll
5
3.
defense drops to a 3. So you're at pretty decent odds. So you're gonna hit for 6 right now, which is gonna knock him down to 2 life.
Okay, I'm gonna gamble 2.
Okay, gamble 2 for the one shot. Okay.
Yes. So
So you need to roll 5.
I need to roll 5 or better, and he dies.
Oh.
No, I have mob. It's +2.
Oh, you do have mob.
I don't need to gamble.
Yep, you should be okay.
No, I do because it's 6, 8. No, you're right. That's how math works.
Yep.
I'm not gambling. I just need a 5. No,
3.
a 3.
You
I need a
3.
3 because he's flanked, and I'm gonna do 6 + 2 for my striker abilities, and that's 8. And he has 8 health.
Perfect.
This has to be a 3 or better. Come on.
You can do it.
Don't let me down. Actually, encounter 2, I have +3 to my attack rolls.
Oh, so no roll, just don't miss.
Just
roll.
Just roll.
Oh, 20! Super overkill. Him.
I was worried.
Camera slam on that one.
Bam! All right, that's 8 damage,
He's
Mr. Man.
He's gone. And actually,
he's dead.
that's the last enemy. So that's going to end the encounter.
When all villains are dead, start encounter 3. So they're not going to shoot the cannons anymore.
That's right.
The encounter is over.
So we get to get new cards and level up, and we get 2 coins as well for the encounter 3.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That was even an extra damage because for each 2 coins on the Vengeful Fury card, it's +1 damage on the attacks.
Oh, there you go. Even more.
Even more dead. Plus the critical hit. I'm pretty proud on that note.
That was excellent. Okay, we're going to pause the game here. This is encounters 1 and 2 of the first chapter of this campaign. We are planning to do Encounters 34, but we're going to do that in a separate video. We're going to do it during a live stream. So this will be the Wednesday after the launch of the campaign. So go to our channel and you can find that live stream and join us live to help us out as we complete this one.
And hopefully not die.
Hopefully not die. We've been doing pretty well so far. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got some gamma slams in there.
I did get some really good gamma slams.
That's right.
I don't like that the healer is still cursed. And then Doro is, only 15 health, but that's all right. He'll get a band-aid.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah.
So Kim, this is basically your first time playing this, or your first impressions of the game. What do you think of it so far?
I think it's fun. I mean, anytime I can do a big gamma slam and roll a couple critical hits, it's always a good time.
Oh yeah.
It's also fun and balancing when I roll those critical failures too, which did happen. I also really like the fact that I can, kind of boost up my skills as we progress in the game, so it gives me that reward. The story is fun. It helps drive that storytelling, narration, the point of what our character is actually doing on the map. So yeah, first impressions are good. I would definitely look forward to our Wednesday live stream to finish up Encounters 3 and 4.
That's right.
Like I said, hopefully not die.
Not die, exactly.
So
yeah, I like how there's also residual damage as well. So like even if you miss, you still do something. It's a nice change that normally when you miss, nothing happens. This one, it's always progressing towards the end. Like you said before, the leveling up, you get lots of powers. As you progress or keep playing through the game, you get more and more tools at disposal. And if you replay the scenario, you're going to see different powers, different abilities, different combos coming out. I'm excited to see like what the characters do themselves, because right now all we have is the level 1 cards. I'm curious to see what the level 2 cards happen as you can, get through each of these scenarios. Because what's happening is at the end of, let's say we finish Encounter 4, we complete it, and we move on to the next scenario. We would go into our deck of cards, and we would remove 3 of them from the game, and we shuffle in 3 upgraded versions in there instead. So as you keep playing the game, you can see more and more improvements as they come out. But you don't know what they are until you play through the game. So it's kind of a fun surprise as you see them. I'm not always a fan of having to play 4 characters at a time, but I like how this one approaches it, where it has a reduced maintenance with the comrade away. I like that approach, and it makes it nice and easy. Don't have to worry about too much about having too many abilities to worry about. It's all on 1 card, and there are multiple cards to pick from, so you can choose different strategies for each of those classes as you approach each scenario. But yeah, come back on the channel for that Wednesday stream if you want to see the epic conclusion or failure of this play. So, and if you're interested in the game, check the video description for a link to the campaign page. So that's Tanares Expeditions from Jacori Games. And thanks for everyone for watching. We'll see you next time at the guild.
thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.